Hey, could you please also record?
My name is Karen Dobson. I'm the Sergeant at Arms for District 29's Humor Farm Toastmasters. And while I'm opening the meeting, this whole meeting is done with Terry. She's our Vice President of Education and the one who's brought us all together. And this is not only this is her second meeting of creating a worldwide community of connection for us in Toastmasters. So with that, Terry, I pass it on to you.
Thank you, Karen. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Happy Diwali, the Festival of Lights. We have members all across the United States, including Hawaii, Canada, Australia, Europe, Sweden, Romania, and Portugal. China, Hong Kong, Korea, India, Singapore, Malaysia, Mozambique, Mauritius, Saudi Arabia, the Caribbean, Panama, and Brazil. Thank you to our District 9 leaders, Jonathan Kaufman, Kelly Wenner, Yvonne Wan, Shelley Roman, and Director Narayan Doraiswamy for supporting us. And also to thank you to our own District 29 club members for attending. My fellow Toastmaster and guests, you could be somewhere else on this lovely day, but you choose to be here right now because you want to be funny, whether in your speech, your career, or your everyday life. There's no better way to learn it than from the expert herself. She can help discover your authentic self, or maybe turn what you might use every day, like a pen or even a pair of chopsticks, into something humorous. Her workshops and books have helped launch careers of many players, such as Hannah Gadsby from Australia, a writer, comedian, and actress. Seth Rogen, a Canadian who is a writer, actor, comedian, producer, and director. And Maz Jabani, an American Iranian who is a comedian and actor. She's a motivational speaker, a keynote speaker, a comedy and speaking coach, and author of numerous books such as Stand Up Comedy, The Message You, and her latest, The Next Comedy Bible. Please welcome the fabulous, talented, and funny Judy Carter.
Woo! Yay! Feel the love in the room, Toastmasters. Hey, everybody. I'm so glad we're here. Every time it goes ding dong, I keep someone's at the friggin' door. Somebody catch that. Maybe we can turn that off or something. That's just a little bit distracting. Maybe someone can figure out, go into the settings and turn that off. Yeah.
You get it because you are co-host.
What?
You get it because you are a co-host.
Oh, I'm a co-host, that I could turn that off. We really, somebody need, I think you do it settings. It's like, let's try and be funny with a constant bell in your ear. Oh my God.
Okay.
Turn myself on. All right. Welcome everybody. I'm love doing this for Toastmasters because you people are totally crazy. You know you are. You know that the scariest thing in the world to do is to stand up in front of people and speak. And not only do you do this, but you go, okay, and I want you to judge me. And I want you to like criticize me if I go, or and by the way, keep time and really let me have it if I go over. So you people are a bit nutty. And I love that about you because you have to be a little bit crazy to want to be funny. because there's nothing scarier than going out there and just putting yourself out there and expecting a laugh. And how many of you, let me just, I'm going to get a different view here. I'm going to get the gallery view and just raise your real hand, not this virtual hand. How many of you have like done a joke and you thought it was really funny? Your friends thought it was funny, and then you go and do it and nothing. Anybody? Or just me? John has done it, Marietta, Tucker. Yes, right? Well, I want to show you that there's certain things that you can do to prevent bombing. Now, you can't oh wait, I need to put my light on. You can't 100% not bomb, because if you aren't making mistakes, that means you're not taking chances. So we're going to be doing some exercises that I'm going to show you from this book here. It's, I don't know if some of you have my other book, the Comedy Bible. This is the New Testament, everybody. That's right. I wrote the Bible, and it's come out. Look at this. This is so crazy. Those of you in China is getting funny, people. I bombed in China. I just have to tell you. I did a show in China, and they just didn't think shame was funny. Like, I went, oh my goodness, I just broke up with my boyfriend. I was like, oh, they don't realize it's set up, but it's getting funny. And I'm actually, when the COVID's over, I've been invited to go do a workshop there. This is it in Russia. In Russia, I don't know if any of you know how to read Russian. And so today I have discovered some exercises that can make anybody funny. And we're going to try them out. I'm going to show you some of the formulas. And matter of fact, let me see. Terry, it's not letting me share a screen. It's not letting me share a screen. That's going to be sort of necessary to do this. So is there any way we could share a screen here? If I can have permission to share a screen, or by the way, Terry's been fabulous in organizing all of this. So I don't know what exactly is going on. Screen share, let's just, all right. I click on screen share and nothing happens. Do you think I have to go offline and then come back on or something? Because I can't, and I have a kind of—
I can see your screen.
Pardon?
I can see your screen.
That's not my screen.
No,
I
that's
don't
Abe.
have
That's
my
Abe Cox's
reindeer.
screen.
I don't have reindeer on my screen. You know what, Terry, I might have to leave and come back on again, or what do you think? Do you have a tech person here? Because it's
No.
not working for me to click the screen. Well, I guess I could improvise, but I had—
You might need to be a co-host in order to share your screen.
Okay, I know what's happening. Don't worry. Okay, I got it. I know how to do this. Just give me 1 second, everybody. Sorry for the technical problems, but let me just— I think I know how to do this. Give me 1 second.
Is sharing. Abe Cox is sharing his screen right now.
Who is that? Okay, do you want to continue? Yes, continue. Just hold on 1 second. All right, I figured it out. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to show you some exercises on, let's see, let me get through this. And here we go. So I want to show you how to write material about any topic and create some new material for you. And I want you to think of some topics that aren't that funny. And I want to show you, like, what do you do? Like, you know, a lot of Toastmasters will make things up for their session. And I think we have to mute everybody because there's interference. If you could just mute everybody every now and then. Okay, and then I'm going to show you how to create, and especially I want to show you how to turn the crazy characters of your life into comedy. And these are based on my first 2 books. I made my living as stand-up. Who knows who this is? Just unmute yourself and shout it out. Who is this, anybody?
Prince.
Prince.
Prince. Yeah, baby.
The recording artist known as Prince.
The former artist known as Prince.
Formerly known.
No. And I was known as his opening act. Prince and I toured together.
Wow.
I made a living as a stand-up comic. I worked about 46 weeks out of the year. And then I went into corporate speaking. And because they didn't put you up at a roach-infested comedy condo, I got to stay at the Four Seasons. And then I started finding out that corporate America loved to have something that you say to them that inspires them, but also makes people laugh. And that's when people started to work with me, Sherry Shepard, Maz Jobrani. Oh, and I have a special offer for you guys. I just want to get this over with and we're going to start working. I created the Message of You University, and it was $770 to join for a year. I think Toastmasters, you like this, it's free. If you email comedy@Judy Carter, take a screenshot of that, please. Email comedy@judycarter.com, and you can take these lessons totally free. You're going to meet people. It's pretty cool. And it shows you how to find your message, write a speech. It also shows you a whole comedy module. And if you want to go pro, there's marketing. So there I am, but thinner in cartoon version. All right, so here we go. Here's our first, get ready. We're going to write comedy. I'm going to give you the setup, and you're going to start thinking like a comic. Here we go. Ready? Now, the first rule of comedy, and this is what, remember when I said you do a joke and nobody laughs? One of the biggest reasons nobody laughs is that it doesn't make sense. What you said didn't make sense. Comedy is uber logical. So we're going to think of this. A pen has certain characteristics about it, and sex has certain characteristics about it. Now, some of you might be going, hey, Judy, this is Toastmasters. We don't talk about sex. We are very careful about what we talk about. So I would like to say a few words about that and the nature of comedy and censorship. In order to be funny, you have to be free. Does that make sense? If you're going like, oh, people won't like that, oh, that's offensive, or people might not like that, that's going to offend some people, you cannot be creative. You're putting like a straitjacket on and go, now let me be free. And you just can't do it. So when I work with people on comedy, I choose to start with this exercise because I want you to be inappropriate. Now, when we go and perform, you know I do corporates, and you know you can't even say words like nipples in a corporate event. So what I do is when I create comedy, I say whatever the F I want to say, and then I rewrite it and censor it. But if you censor it when you're just thinking of it, you are shooting yourself in the foot. We need permission to be who we are. So can we just have you don't even have to unmute yourself. Just hold your hands up and go, woo, I'm free. Woo, I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free to create. What is comedy? Comedy is saying the things that are inappropriate. You know what the world is like now? Hello, how are you? Fine. Hello, how are you? Fine. I'm fine. I'm good. What are we talking about? It's a lie. Comedy is, hello, how are you? I'm fat, okay? You know, hello, how are you? I mean, that's what comedy is. It's saying the things nobody else says. So here we go. A pen is just like sex because, and I want you to start writing in the chat. Tell me why a pen is just like sex. Write it in the chat and let's see how we do. This is called a mix. We take two things that have not been put together before and we find a relationship between them, all right? Okay, a pen is just like sex because I need a lot of them. Okay, let's take the word of I, me or my out of this. Let's not say because I. We're going to just stick to why is a pen just like sex? because I'm fat. Doesn't make sense. A pen is just like sex because I'm fat. So logic, it doesn't work. So let's find out really logically what is the relationship, and what I'm doing with this exercise is I am training your brain to think funny. Okay, here we go. A pen is pen because I got them both free at my local bank. Okay, perfect. Stephen Rogers, well done, my friend. Let's take the word out. A pen is just like sex. A pen is not like sex because I got them. What did I talk about being hyper logical? We want to be really logical, so we have to make sense. A pen is just like sex because you can both get them free at a bank. Hello, we got a killer joke there. Well done, my friend. So let's take the word I and my. This has nothing to do with your life, okay? Unless it does. Both have 3 letters and an E in the middle of them. Okay, Linda Jackson. You know, I haven't heard that one before, and I didn't even, because they're both stiff and pointy. So we want, again, make it logical. Rewrite that, Beth. Beth Underwood, very funny, because they're both stiff and pointy. Very funny. They're both 3-letter words. With enough pressure, it squirts all over. I love it. You guys are warming up. You're warming up. And those of you who are offended, just, go eat dinner or breakfast or something. A pen is just like this because it explodes in your pants before. Doesn't make sense. How does a pen explode in your pants? Again, logic, logic, logic. Because it's no good when it's dry, because you don't know where it's been. It's just like since you don't know. Very good. It's long and hard because a pen is just like sex because Mitch, come on, honey, that's not, a pen is just like sex because I'm a good writer. Doesn't make sense. So the first rule of comedy is absolutely making total sense. So I want you guys to rewrite it. If I kind of like go, hey, can you give me a little more logic on that? They both have really tall. It leaks just when you need it the most. I love you people. It's usually the wrong color. Oh, John Bowen, that can be interpreted different ways. Okay, very good, because it goes in and out. They both run ink, because it can write whatever it feels like. Sue, again, how does sex write? I don't understand because I don't have it. Doesn't make sense. You could say a pen is like sex because neither one of them is around when you need it, right? A pen is just like sex, right? Okay, good, good. Because it smells like ink. Melanie, who have you been hanging around with? What smells? Because it's, okay. Off and on with a click. Okay. All right, because you got to shake it till it works. Let me see if anybody has hit on anything else. But just because it goes even, when it's blue, doesn't make sense. A lot of 3-letter words, because it makes a mess and then you clean up. That's true. So what we want to say after any of these is, oh my God, that's so true. Does that make sense, people? Nod your head. Does that make sense? We're trying to make sense. Pen is just like sex because does color matter? Marilyn, I know what you're getting out there, but try and rewrite so it makes sense. It's a complete sentence, okay? Because it works well when it's new and it runs out when it's old. Yes! Bam! Michelle, that's really well done. Well done, my friend. That's really good. And it runs out when it's old. It's because, you know what we say when we get a really good joke? The whole audience goes, oh my God, that's so true. Oh my God, that's so true. That's what we want the audience to say, and that's where we get a laugh. Everybody agrees with us. Okay. Okay, they both have dry spells. Yes, they both have dry spells. Very good. All right, nobody hit on like anything about caps, right? Like, isn't there something about something you can do with caps? Okay, you skip because Because when you're desperate, you would take one from a stranger. All right, who's Jamie? Who's Jamie? Well, Jamie, unmute yourself.
I've been to one of your classes before, Judy.
Jamie, where are you from?
I'm from Hermosa Beach,
Oh,
California.
you're California. I'm right. Oh, you're down the block. I bike there. I live in Venice Beach. Jamie,
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I love that. Because when you're desperate, you would take one from a stranger. What I love about it is Jamie's kind of talking about herself, like she's revealing something about herself without being narcissistic, not going. The problem we have as Toastmasters and speaking, getting in front of people is me, 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 me. And it's really about the topic. So well done. Is one in your pocket, or are you disappointed to see me? Oh, Meryl, is that a pen is just like sex because is that a logic problem? All right, you feel warmed up. I feel a little hot myself. So well done, everybody. Well done. We're going to move on because when you have a good one, you don't want to share it. Brendan, unmute yourself. What's your story with comedy? I love that one.
I didn't think I was going to come up with one.
Yeah.
I actually read I have the original, the first book you ever came out with.
The Old Testament.
Like Judy Carter stand-up comedy. I've still got it.
Oh, yeah, that was the first one. By the way, if anybody thinks of writing a book, stand-up comedy, the book, well, it's on my wall. That was rejected by 59 agents.
Wow.
59 agents rejected it. And then I finally got it published with Random House. First time I wrote a book. And then another woman really liked it, had me on her show, Oprah Winfrey. And that started my career so I can be here with you at Toastmasters. Oh my God, so great. Both can give you a sentence. All right, let's move on. But good to hear from you. I'm glad you have why don't you cough up the $8? I think it's on sale for Amazon. This is a really good book because it has exercises, and we're going to do another exercise right now. I want to do something about you guys. So we're going to go right here. So glad so many of you are here. And again, thank you so much, Terry, for inviting me. And everybody, a hand for Terry. And let's move on. So this is the book, and this is also the workbook. So in this, we're going to do an exercise. Let's see, we just did this. I'm going to find it. It's called a list of 3. This is and I'm showing you some basic things, the list of 3. Now, when we do a joke, we really have to, what we call a turn. It has to go someplace. So let's just go list of 3. Okay. All right, so we'll get ready to write, everybody. Is this fun, to write, not just someone yak, yak, yak at you? And this is a list of 3. So when you are performing Toastmasters, I love working with people who are Toastmasters because you're really trying to give a message. You really have something to say. And what you want to do is along the way that you're saying it, slip in a laugh. So I'm really saying something important, slip in a laugh. Saying something important, slip in a laugh. So I'm going to pretend that you're doing a speech on relationships, all right? And I'm sure many of you have done speeches on relationships. And let's just say you do a setup. So the setup is, relationships are hard. Aren't they, people? Aren't relationships hard? You know, there's 3 subtle clues that your relationship is over. You know, maybe he's not really, listening to you anymore. And you find out, gee, you're not going out to dinner anymore. So let's start working on the setup. I don't want any of these to be funny. I want some subtle clues. Here's the setup. 3 subtle clues that your relationship's over. So please write in chat and they can't be funny because a setup is what leads you to the laugh. And the more subtle you are, the better it'll be. So what's a subtle clue that your relationship is over? Subtle. You wake up alone is obvious. Like if you're married and you wake up alone, that's not subtle, okay? I don't know. So I want subtle. Yeah, he's hiding his iPhone. I love that. You're not texting anybody anymore. He's not cooking for you. Marietta, that's so good. Krista, you walked in the door. I don't get that. So I want to be really logical. The 3 subtle clues, and we're not trying to be funny. I'm teaching you how to do a setup. And the setup, here's what we comics say. Don't tip off the punchline, okay? Don't tip off the punchline. He doesn't sit next to you on the couch anymore. Now, what I love about what you're doing is he's spending more time at the office than at home. He's always out in his Zoom workshops. He doesn't drive you. Now, he doesn't drive you to your Toastmaster meetings. Now, what I am doing here specifically is trying to help you not bomb. And I'm trying to make it about the audience. So when we speak to our fellow Toastmasters, and you go, there's ways your relationship is over. And you will have such a better chance of hitting. And, I've worked with so many people to go to finals because what I do is, yes, you tell personal stories, but you want to include the audience, okay? He's looked to other pens for his writing. Call back. He prefers his friends to you, All right, perfect. Now, this setup is called subtle, obvious. Now we've written the setup, right? There's subtle clues, he's like, that your relationship is over. He starts watching a new Netflix series without you. He forgets your birthday. All good ones. Lipstick on his collar, that's kind of obvious. But now what we want to do is the more subtle we make the setup, the better the punch. So now, what is the third one? That's the laugh line. That's the punch line. What's a totally obvious way your relationship is over? Come up with something obvious. And this is really great in the chat because you can put it more than once. And you can kind of put it in. And then I would say amplify it. Make it super obvious. And then I want to show you how to use this formula in your speeches. Okay? All right, so I'll let you just go and write it. And then I want to read some of them. Okay. All right. He doesn't look at you when you're naked. Okay, he has a new girlfriend. All right, so Rock Ward, that's a good one. He has a new girlfriend. How could you make that even more horrible, Rock? Anybody? He has a new girlfriend. What's even more horrible?
And she's pregnant.
And they invite you to their wedding. Good. You guys are really funny. You're making me laugh today, and I really needed a laugh today. Believe me, this is great. Okay, so she calls the police when he comes around. Okay, so he's filed for divorce. Make it even worse. You answer the door, it's a moving company asking you for your partner, okay? Or just, so there's subtle clues. He's not kissing you. There's no sweet nothings anymore, And you wake up in the morning and his girlfriend is in the bed, right? And then they want you to make them breakfast. And then they don't even give you a compliment when you do it. Like, you can keep going on this, right? So, yes. So I got it. I mean, relationship hard, and you get. So it's not I get, right? So it's all you get. It's all about the audience. And then they start laughing because the joke is about them. Okay. He brought home with 200 pounds of sleep between us. Okay. And took him out and took the dog out on Valentine's Day because we really want to he packs his stuff and moves out. He invites you to his next wedding. Kenneth, good. She's changed the locks to the house, right? She's changed the locks to the house. She calls the police when you come around. You catch him in bed with your mother. Right? Right, but it's okay because you live in Arkansas. I don't know. All right. All right. So this is really great. Let's do another one. This is fun. You guys are really, really doing well on this. You find cotton wallet and you've had a hysterectomy. Oh, Bonita, that's good. That's good. That's evil. All right. Okay. Very good. This list of 3, let's look at the comedy Bible here of what examples I have. Here's something like, let me try another setup on you, and I'll just give you one. This is in my book, but all right, let's see. Here's another one. It's scary how being broke just creeps up on you. There are 3 signs you're broke. You can't afford to go to fancy restaurant, take an odd job. You ask to sleep on a friend's couch so you can look for loose change. These are some of my students. Dinner and movie are free Costco samples followed by watching the TV displays at Best Buy. You even stop paying compliments. Very funny. All right, so now I'm going to try another thing. What I'd like to do is I want some subtle clues. Let's say you have a joke and you're doing a speech at Toastmasters and it doesn't go well. And you go, people, I've learned a lot being in Toastmasters because there's 3 subtle clues that your speech isn't going well. Can you give me some subtle clues now that you get this? And matter of fact, those of you could even write the whole joke. So this is a little more advanced because before I've been giving you the setup. Now I'm going to give you part of the setup, but let's see if you can make that big jump. Subtle, subtle, obvious. There are 3 clues that your speech, you're not moving on to the finals. Right? What are some subtle clues that you're not moving on to the finals? And the third one needs do you get what's going on? It's a scientific way to make people's brains laugh because you're setting them up, you set a pattern, and then you break the pattern. The bigger that break is, the bigger the laugh is. So what do we got here? 3 subtle clues that, subtle clues are, and so the back of the room leaves. Not so subtle. What are the 3 subtle clues? 3 subtle clues. The grammarian. How do you say that? Open your mic up. The grammarian is softly weeping. The grammarian is soft. I would say, but what are the subtle ones? What would be the subtle ones? Why don't you keep talking because you have your mic open already. Go ahead. 3 subtle clues that, it's not going on. It's not working so well. What are they?
All I hear is crickets snoring and old people breaking
Those aren't subtle. Those aren't subtle. What are subtle clues? All I said at the beginning of this is all we have to do is make sense. That's all we have to do is make sense. Subtle clues, your speech isn't going so well. People looking at their watches. Bernard, very good. No eye contact. So let's go with that. Both of those are really good. People aren't giving you eye contact. A guy in the front row is looking at his watch. Okay, beautiful, right? What would be the third one that your speech isn't going really well? That's like the entire back row walks away. shouting, "You suck!" Right? So you want to like have something really like loud and obvious on the one. Okay, people are holding up yellow cards. No, there's no response. Everybody's snoring. Oh, it's not the word to play, okay. 3 closed, not going out. You forget your topic. You lose track of where you are. An audience member pulls a fire alarm just to get out. Bam! Hey, Michelle, that's you again, right? Tell me, open your mic up. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I think that's really good. Michelle Davenport. Michelle, where are you from? Come on, we've been in COVID for like 11 months now. We can figure out how to unmute ourselves. Go ahead. Michelle, you there, Davenport? Okay. I like that joke. I was just wanted to know a little bit more about you because I think that's really well done. So she says, 3 subtle clues. Your speech isn't going. You forget your topic. You lose track of where you are. An audience member pulls the alarm just to get out. And everybody, and even making it, everybody leaves. We're free. We're free. So those would all get laughs. Okay, take you off the stage. You're banned from the club. They start writing the review before you and end your first part. They look at your brother, shake their head. They all need to use the restroom at the same time. The whole audience has to use the restroom. Okay. You stumble over. Oh, I like this. Frank R. You stumble over the opening. You know, you step on the laughs, and the MC hasn't even finished your introduction. That's good. That's good. I didn't see it coming. You know, the biggest compliment that anybody can give you guys is, I didn't see it coming. And that's what the list of 3 is all about. I didn't see it coming. Okay, very good. So how do you use this in your speech? Can you, everybody, just put in a topic of the topic of your speech, the unfunny topic of your speech. And I'm going to show you some ways that you can use this. Okay, so what was a speech that you've done recently that was on a certain topic? What was the topic that you did it on? And let me see if I can help you punch it up. And then we're going to move on to the holy grail of comedy, and that is act outs. Oh, Alejandro, people start ordering pizza during your presentation. I love that. Flowers come with a sympathy card. Chuck Barris shows up with a gong. I love that hook. Okay. Okay, so let's just look at people have. So we have Suzanne Sweeney is negotiations. Okay, Suzanne, what would be a setup in using a list of 3 when you're talking about negotiation? Do you want to open your mic up?
I was thinking about that. I guess it could be, well, I think I hate negotiation. I'm not good at it. It never comes out successfully.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, we need a setup. The setup would be, there's 3 subtle clues that you're not good at negotiations. It's because what we want to do, and what I try and help people do, is not use the words I, me, or my. You can do it as a setup of the joke. I don't feel good at negotiations. There are 3 subtle clues that you're not good at negotiations. So the setup never has those words, I, me, my, because what we want to do is, I'll ask you, like, how much you care about another person? Not very much, right? Like the audience, especially if people don't know you and you come on stage, and it's like the worst opening line a comic can have is, let me tell you a little bit about myself. No, the best opening line is, hey, how, this is kind of hack. It's not a good opening line, but you okay? How you doing? You had a good day? I mean, ask questions, have an interest in the audience. And right then and there, anything you do in Toastmasters will be 50% funnier and more interesting to the audience because it's about their favorite topic themselves. So if you get nothing from this, try opening with a question about you, okay? So 3 subtle clues you know you're bad at negotiation. Suzanne, what would they be? What are the subtle ones? We'll come up with a funny one for you. You're gonna have your team of writers. Go ahead. What are the subtle
good.
ones? Yeah, there's some clues that you know you need some help with negotiation. Go ahead.
Not successful.
Too vague. What's a
I know.
tip? What's a tip on bad in negotiations? You know, when someone disagrees with me, I get anxious. So when someone disagrees with you, you get anxious. What's another subtle clue?
I never get my way. No, that's not subtle.
Don't say I. Another clue that you're not good in negotiation is you what? Is you, and you know, you find yourself stuttering, maybe, you know, when people disagree with you, right? A little stuttering, a little cackling. And the third way you know you're no good at negotiations is, like, you know, subtle clues, you start clicking your pen. You know, the third subtle clue,
everybody else is better than I am on that. I just know I don't like it.
Yeah, you get a brain freeze. Very good. So everybody feels like you're educating us. Now throw in the last one. What's a really good way you know you're bad at negotiations? Anybody? Really bad. Now we're funny. Let's get funny on this. What's a really bad way you know you're bad at negotiation? You pee in your pants before the negotiation starts. Okay. The hostages say they're fine. Okay, the opponent won. I would be more specific. In the divorce, your husband got the house, the dog, the kids, and left you with just a couple forts. You know you have a problem with negotiation. So you want to get like a little more obvious and real on it. The client spits his seltzer at me when laughing. Okay. All right. Fantastic. So here's the way we do it, people. We work with a comedy buddy. Never work alone. Nobody works alone. We work with a comedy buddy. And you can meet those comedy buddies. Like I said, I'm going to put this in the chat. Are there people in the waiting room? Let them in. Okay, it's comedy@judycarter.com. And I know you Toastmasters love the word free, as everybody does at this time. During COVID, I am giving away the Message of You University totally free. And next Thursday, if you sign up today, you'll get the email that I'm having an online webinar on how to find your message. It's not a comedy workshop, but it's really great for learning how to make extra living, having a strong message. I'm starting. You know you're really bad at presenting something when you... All right, let's move on. How about making some jokes about your family? Anybody have crazy relatives? Who is a crazy relative? Anybody? Just me, Judy? Just me? All right. So let me show you this formula, and I think we are going to end with this, right? Because I think we have to be over at a certain point. Here we go. This is a really good formula. Let me just find it. And it is, okay, we did the list of 3. All right, here's a family member. This might be a little complicated. This might be complicated. All right, so here's what I want you guys to write. You don't have to, you just write a piece of paper. Let's pick somebody. Let's pick somebody who has a weird quality. My family member. All right, so go with your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, grandma. Okay, everybody just pick one. Okay, ready? They're weird because what's their quality that makes them weird? Okay, so I want something like they're angry, they're foul-mouthed, they're always swearing, they're really scary, they're totally selfish. They're so obsessed with themselves, okay? All right, so this is going to be an act out. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to be able to really hear you on this, but but I can see you. Everybody, what is my mother is very, let's just say, angry. So let's just say this out loud, and we're going to play with this out loud. So my blank is very blank. Ready? So everybody just say it out loud, and we won't hear you, but I can see that you're doing it. Okay? So let's just go. My blank, my father, my grandmother, my mother is very blank. And it has to be sort of a negative quality about them. Okay? Everybody got something? Ready? 1, 2, 3. My mother is very narcissistic.
So weird. He's always picking his nose.
Okay. So we have a quality about them that's awful. Now I want everybody sit like that person you're talking about. Like that or like that. Sit like them. Okay. And I want you to just do something, say something that they say when they're angry or they're full of themselves. Or like, for instance, let me go. Oh God, my mother is totally self-centered. You know, I could be like telling her about something horrible and she goes, you know, Judy, I really need you to listen to me. You. What about me, Judy? What about me? Okay, so I mentioned the quality that she's self-centered, and then I'm acting her out. Now, who am I talking to? Am I talking to the audience? No, I'm talking to myself. I'm in a scene. So ready? I'm going to count to 3, and we all do this. My mother is ready. 1, 2, 3, go. My mother
is
self-centered.
Okay.
Self-centered.
She goes like this, and now act her out. Act out to your mother, your father, your grandfather, whoever. Go ahead. Act them out.
What about me? What about me?
Everybody hesitates on that one. Here's the
Brought you into this world and I'll take you out.
Dutch, love it. Who is that, Dutch? Who is that person you're talking about?
My very dead mother.
Aw, sorry about that.
That's okay. She died 20 years ago.
So Dutch, what's it's nice to see you again. So Dutch,
You
what
too.
is the quality that your mother had?
Well, I'll say she was not very honest, and I'm working on a comedy bit about this.
She's not very honest, right?
Yeah, right.
She's not very honest. Okay. All right. She's not very honest. So what's an act out of her being not very honest? Go ahead.
Okay. Mom, who's my dad? Son, mind your own damn business. If I wanted you to know who your daddy was, I would have told you a long time ago. Shut up and go buy me some cigarettes.
So, you know, that's really, okay, everybody give him the applause. It's wonderful. That's really great. I just want to show everybody how dynamic that was for Dutch to be, and I want to work a little more with you, okay? So Dutch, on this, I don't know if that's lying because your mother's not dishonest. She was just really harsh, right? She's very harsh and insensitive, right? Okay, now we're going to get some coaching from everybody. So we have the part of this joke about my mom. It's very harsh. I'd ask her, Mommy, who's my daddy? Get him! You did that. And we've got such a great sense of what she's like. And I have to tell you, people, every time you get to an act out and you give that kind of commitment that Dutch gave, you get a laugh. The next part of this joke, which I'm just going to show you, is, can you imagine this family member as, what is an unlikely occupation for this character? Can you imagine this family member in an unlikely? So let's write it in the chat. What would be an unlikely what do we have here? Customer service, okay. A librarian. Okay, she's really mean. Okay, everybody, we're getting a little interference. Let's mute everybody, and then Dutch and me we'll unmute ourselves. Or unmute ourselves. Okay, good. Okay, a teacher, a hoarder, a PD. Dutch, unmute yourself for me. I would say let's make her a suicide hotline operator. This woman, okay? All right, you with me on this? So here's the secret of this act out. Do you mind if I coach you a little bit? What I want you to do here, Dutch, is we've already done the joke. We've already met your mother. So you go, hey, who's my mother, Daddy? You did that marvelous actor. Now say this. Can you imagine her as a suicide hotline operator, and then a woman calls or a man calls, and you do this person calling, and you do the act out of the person going, I need help, that whole thing, and then give her reaction. All right, you ready to improvise with me on this, Dutch?
Sure.
Okay, start with the beginning of the joke. Can you imagine my mother as a, go ahead.
So we're going on the premise that my mother's harsh.
She's very harsh.
Okay.
Yeah, just harsh, and she's kind of mean. Okay. Can you imagine her as a say that? And then act out because we know it's coming, so you want to delay it a little. Okay. So go ahead. So
right. See, my mother's very harsh. Very, very harsh. She doesn't bite her tongue at all. Can you imagine her as like a suicide hotline call person? Hello? I'm at my wit's end. I can't take it anymore. Stop acting like a little bitch, okay? Who do you think you are? You think you're the only one who got problems? I got 6 kids by 4 different men. Bitch, don't talk to me about your problems. Next.
There you go. Hello? Hello? Oh, well.
Hello? Oh, well. Next. What's your problem?
Okay. Now,
close the door.
Here's the difference between a pro comic and an amateur comic. This is the biggest difference. You, Dutch, are as funny as anybody I've ever worked with, right? Your commitment level on that, you're obviously very talented.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The difference would be and I think Terry is recording this, is the only difference between a pro comic and amateurs is the pro comic will write it down. And then the pro comic will repeat it and then go, hey, I got a better laugh this other time. What did I change? Let me go back to that version. That's the only difference. If you think you're going to have a great dinner party, I'm going to invite a lot of comics and it'll be so funny. No, it won't be funny at all because they're all like, let me write that down. What did you say? That's really funny. I'm going to put in my act. So give a hand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That was just, where do you live, Dutch?
Just outside Washington, D.C. in Oakton, Virginia.
Ah, Virginia. Well,
District 27 awesome. Toastmasters in the house. Holla!
Hello!
And District 29. Numerous speech contests. Holla!
So I just want to, I think we're headed towards the end. Of course, I could have questions, but let me sum up what I taught you guys. What I taught you is that, first of all, when you create, make sure you work with somebody and work with somebody who goes, but that's not appropriate. Get rid of that person. You need to work with someone who's just like out there. Don't censor yourself with language. When you can, in the creation process, I am not I don't believe in, I don't work blue, but when I create material, I'm swearing because I just want to be free. Then we do the cutting, but that way you can get some real authentic, get some energy, get some attitude in there. Next thing, you have to make sense. It's a laugh cutoff when the perplexity is like, huh? That's a laugh cutoff. That will not work. And finally, and then have a list of 3. Try that next time you go, hey, how could I add in a list of 3 here? What are 3 things? And then have a surprise ending. And then finally, and this is the big one, is whoever you mention in your act, become them. You talk about your grandmother, Judy. I had a Jewish grandmother. It's like, a sperm bank? What? Judela, what's a sperm bank? How can you trust a place? Everything's frozen, nothing's fresh. What? Huge laugh, because I become her. Whoever I talk about, I become. And if you do a dog, become the dog. And you'll always get a laugh if it's a dog with an accent. And try the formula with a family member. And in this book here, the Comedy Bible, it's got 48 exercises. And the truth is, quite frankly, you need to laugh, use one of the exercises. They're formulas that absolutely work. So I think, Terry, do you want to come back on, Terry? And here, I'll add you to a pin here. Right, Terry? Is that it? You wanted me to be done at an hour?
8? Yes. And,
I just wanted to know if people had any. I thought I would leave the left for any questions that people had about anything that they want to ask me. Okay. Anything. What is it? When did I lose my virginity?
About tips for finding a writing partner?
Good question. There's a Facebook group called the Comedy Bible fan page. And it's people going through the book, and people get together. We've had people get together and get married. I mean, comedy, when you find a really good comedy buddy, it could be everything, because there's nothing better than someone who makes you laugh. But here's the tip for finding a comedy buddy. There's people that suck the life right out of you. You just feel tired and you feel judged. Don't work with those people. Find somebody that really makes you feel funny, that laughs at your jokes. And go to the, let me put it in, I will put it in the chat, the link to it. What a good idea is that? Let's see. Facebook, the New Comedy Bible. Okay, there's the link right in there. It's a Facebook group. And just, here's the secret to getting some people to react. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I have to give somebody. I'm looking to help you write material. I'm helping you. This is my tone. Put in what kind of comic you are. Oh, I'm a Christian comic. I work clean. I want to work with a like-minded person. My skills are good at, I'm really good at the setups. I'm really good at getting outrageous, or I'm good at the act outs. I want someone to work through Judy's book with. So that's what I suggest. I think people who just posts like, I need this and I need that and I need someone to help me. It's like, who wants someone like that? Put in what you can give and you always get more of a reaction. Okay, anybody else have any questions? You can unmic yourself. How do you laugh like that so easily so others laugh? Just really high. No, I'm kidding about high. I don't know. What if your routine is all about you? It used to be all about my husband. Didn't like it, so I stopped. Pam, dump him. Next question. Oh, the workshop's supposed to be an hour and a half long. Is that right, Terry? I can do another exercise.
Sure.
That was hard to convince you.
Yeah.
Wow, Terry, that was just, you had such enthusiasm when she said,
sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Hi, Terry. I'm in charge here. Butch it up, butch it up, butch it up. Okay, here we go. Let's do another exercise. Here's a really good one. I would like to do, let's do some comparison jokes. That's really fun. Let me find them. Okay, hold on 1 second. Comparison jokes. Okay, this is a really good formula. All right, somebody said, well, what about me? I like to do jokes about me. That's good. That's good. Here's a joke about you. Let's see. Oh, before and now. Okay. Here's my setup. And you guys write the punchline. Let's see if anybody comes up with something funny for this. It's weird how getting older changes what you want in a relationship. Before I used to want, and now I want. It's weird how getting older changes what you want in a relationship. Before I used to want, before I used to say I wanted, and it might be good to do an act out here, like yourself, your younger self going like, whatever it is you want. And now I want. All right, do we have anything in the chat going here? Okay, before I used to want sex. Okay, who is this? Victoria. Wait, who is this? It's going too fast. I used to want sex, now he wants. Okay, Janice. Janice, do you want to unmute yourself? Okay, Janice, where are you? Okay.
Yep. Hi there.
Hi there. So before,
hi there.
Yeah, hi there, Janice. Okay, so why don't you tell me what it is before you used to want what?
Okay, well, before, when I was 20, I used to want to have lots and lots of sex. Now I'm 60, I don't want any sex, I just want sleep.
Okay, good. I like that idea. So let's just try it as an act out. When I was 20, I used to want, rather than just saying sex, can we just like be more excited about, like be your 20 self, you know, girl talking about sex and he's going to kiss me all night, and or she or whatever it is. I'm not going to assume. So just tell me, try and do that one more time, Janice. Before, when I was 20, I wanted.
Okay, so like when I was 20, I would just want lots and lots and lots of sex. But now that I'm 60,
okay, hold on. I want to get laid. I want to get sex. I want passionate love making all night long. So that's what I mean about being 20 and doing act out. And then you go, and now getting lucky for me is getting a nap. It's like, how was it last night? I had 8 hours. It was fantastic. Okay, well done. But here's what we want to do on this. We really want to try and, you know, do act outs on this. So the before, one of them has to be wild and the other one more boom. Okay, let's see what out. Before I'm okay, and now I want a home. A lot of people don't want sex anymore. What's wrong with you people? I want more pets, Naomi. No, Naomi did something that I want to refer to. Callbacks. She's doing a callback to the pen joke. Naomi, are you a professional comic? You want to open up your mic?
Absolutely not.
Well, but that's a really pro thing that you're doing, Naomi.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a callback. It's like when you refer back to something we did earlier that everybody gets. It's like if somebody in the front row starts going, "Oh, are you married?" "No, I'm divorced." And then later in the show, somebody, you know, and you find their name is Janice, and then later in the show, somebody says, there you go, "Oh, you're going to end up like Janice," right? And everybody laughs. So, well done, my friend. Just well done. Okay.
Just channeling my inner Dutch.
Are you Dutch? Oh my God. You know, the real reason I said I do this whole thing for free, people, is because I think Terry, she's in New Zealand, and I'm in America, and we're not in a good place, and I'm just maybe looking to get in, go live with some of you. Because we're so impressed with what's going on in New Zealand, and of course the countries with the female prime minister, president, whatever, are doing really, really well. And us with, I won't even get into politics, but I was thinking, well, this will be good. I'll meet people from New Zealand, maybe go skiing there sometime. All right, so Laura says, used to watch a bungee get together as a couple. Now I want to place. Now a hot evening. Now an adventure is Scrabble. Okay, good, good. I used to want a good job, a pretty girl, and a fast car. Now some extra. Wait, you got to open up your mic. Reed Porter, say your joke out loud. I love it.
I used to want a good job, a fast car, and a pretty girl. Now some extra tapioca would be nice.
I tell you, I mean, Reed, where are you from, Reed?
I'm in Kansas City.
Reed, you're pretty damn funny for someone from Kansas. That's pretty damn funny. And what's so wonderful about what you did was you, the detail, it wasn't even like pudding. It was, or Jello, you know, Jello's funny too, but add a little extra Jello would be nice. I mean, it's the tapioca. It's a funny word. It's like, now some extra dessert would not be as funny because comedy is in the details. So tapioca, my friend, really, really well done. Before I used to, okay, Dia Klein, before I used to want, why did you unmute yourself?
Yes, thank you.
Say it out
Hello.
loud. It's your joke. It's a good one.
Yes. Oh, yes. So when I was younger, I used to want French lingerie, you know, very sexy for the boos and the A's. But now all I want are 3 pairs of Spanx.
Spanx. Before, I think before, you could even add on, before I wanted everything up and out, now I just wanted right?
Suck it up.
Bring it in. Suck it in. Oh my God. Oh my God. Michelle, before I used to want to, I don't know, before I hang out with her, now I want to, let's watch sports. Okay. All right, a secret on this. Oh, okay, let's see. Clubbing, make out the dance. Okay, Elsie, say your joke. Let's hear it. Let's hear it out loud. Before I used to want to go clubbing and make out on the dance floor.
This is Elise. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, before I used to want to go clubbing and make out on the dance floor. And now all I want to do is like lay on the couch, binge watch, and watch Narcos.
Okay. Okay, good. You know, I think it really helps if one of them's longer than the other. Like, I want to do this and that and this and that. Now I just like a nap. You know, like now binge watch. Hot. Okay. I'm partying now. I'm 40. I only see 2 a.m. when I wake up to pee. Charlotte. Where are you from, Charlotte?
I live in Sterling, Virginia, but I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Oh, well, really funny. Say your joke.
I used to stay up all night until 2 a.m., but now I only see 2 a.m. when I get up to pee. Yes.
Really, really fun. Okay, you people, I think this is a wrap. I just want to show you a couple more of these jokes. 1 second, here we go. In the Comedy Bible workbook, oh wait, that's not the workbook. Is that the workbook? Yes, here's the workbook. So here in the workbook, and it's just something this workbook, you can download it from thecomedybible.com. It's before and now. I'll show you some of the other jokes. The state of the economy has really changed my goals. Before I used to, now when I first started dating, I was looking for blank. Now what I want is blank. You know, traveling around the country, you notice how weird some places are. Los Angeles is blank. Meanwhile, here I am in New Zealand, blank. Anyway, so these all can create material. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to work with you. If you guys email me, comedy@judycarter.com. It's a way for us to stay in touch and let you know what I'm doing. I'm not a spammer, that's for sure. So anything else? Can I go have dinner now? It's almost 5:30 p.m. Before I used to eat at 8 p.m. and now I'm lucky if I can make it to the early bird special.
Well, thank you, Judy, for taking the time to come on and help us with our humor.
Okay, my pleasure. Keep in touch with me, people. You guys are really, really funny, and it's just a pleasure to work with all of you and get to know you. And we are the world. Keep safe, all right?
Always a pleasure, Judy. Thank you.
Let's have a return to live entertainment. I can't wait. All right, take care.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank
you,
you.
Judy.
All right. At this point, we will announce the winners. So there will be 4 confirmed winners, and all over 500 people register, but they have to be here to win. So we will just announce by order, and if you're the winner, holler, and I will confirm the address with you. Just put in the chat me directly. Number 33, Marietta Witzik from the Comedy Club District 69, Australia. Number 66, Baron Atmos, a guest. Number 99, Jennifer Aman, yes, CFC Power presenter from District 29.
Yay! That's me.
Yay. Number 133, Dia Klein, CX Expression, District 26.
That's awesome. That's me.
Yes.
Woohoo! Booyah!
Number 166, Sahada Asari from District 104.
I can say yes.
199, Joy Franger from
Wow!
District 49, Hawaii.
Yes, thank you.
Number 233, Jorge Perez Sierra, District 46 and 119. Number 266, Maria Munoz, San Antonio, Texas, Always Speaking Toastmaster Club. Number 299, Rajesh Mehta, Toastmaster of Carolinas Club.
What are we getting?
Number 333, Jason Portelli, Sydney, Australia.
It's a free book. Somebody asked what they were getting. It's one of her books.
I'll take it.
Number 366, Heather Evans, Reuben Mountain Toastmaster, District 15. 399, Rihanna Warren, Fort Worth, Texas, District 25. Number 433, Shahir Ray, Corden. 466, Chris Hamill, District 5, San Antonio, Texas, Improv Master. And last, 499, Joan Wesley, Great Communication Club, San Diego, California. I believe she's here.
Yes, I'm here.
Yay!
Joan Wesley. Yay!
All right, at this time, I would turn it over to A for some closing remarks. Then we can have some playtime.
Well, let me say what a wonderful evening it's been this evening. I want to thank all of you for coming from all over the world to this wonderful comedy writers workshop by Judy Carter. I know one thing. The next time I get depressed or my hemorrhoids start acting up, I'm going to call Judy. Hands down. Like I said, I think this has been such a wonderful workshop by Judy Carter. Hasn't it been? Yes, yes, yes!
Yes, that's it.
There you go. Now, being funny is hard work. And Judy just showed us how to make it easier and how to make your journey from ha to ha 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 so much easier so much more productive and funnier. And I hope when everybody goes home this evening, they're going to have a bounce in their step and more understanding for how difficult it is to write comedy in their heart. Now, again, thank you for coming. Now, Judy has been brought to you by Humor Farm Toastmasters Club. We're out in Ashburn, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. How did we come up with a name like Humor Farm? Well, the only way you're going to find out is to join Humor Farm. And only when you're a member will you learn that secret. Now, we meet the first and third Sunday of every month at 3 o'clock. And guess what? We've got a meeting tomorrow. So you're all invited. We have our usual communication and leadership sessions. And then afterwards, we have a half an hour to 45-minute improv play. And of course, we're always looking for more people to join us. People who want to just feel free and be whoever they want to be. And we give you that opportunity. So we'd love for you to join us, and we'd even love for you to join our club, either as a member or come as a guest, the first and third Sunday of every month. Again, we're only a few clicks away, and I know you'll have fun. And I'll put our link on the chat before it's over so you can write us any comments, ask any questions. And if there's anything you're interested in the future, anything you'd like us to sponsor, could someone turn off their mic? It's a lot of it.
We can't hear you.
Now you're muted also, Abe.
Myself. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to repeat myself. Anyone who has any suggestions, is there someone you'd like to hear, something you'd like to present, just let us know and we'll see if we can make it happen. So on that note, thank you again for coming. And I am going to ask our president, Bill Roman, to take it from here. Bill, where are you? Show yourself.
I'm here, Abe.
Okay, great to see you. It's your ball. You're going to play some game. You start a premise, and then the next person's going to say, fortunately, and then you just call on someone else, and they'll take that same premise and say, unfortunately. So you come up with the premise and just do a few people like that, and let's see how it goes.
Okay, let me find somebody here. I saw a wildcat in my backyard. Take it, Dutch Martin.
Fortunately, as soon as he saw the pruning shears in my hand, he pissed himself and walked away. The first yoga class I did was so hard. Ayana Rodriguez. Fortunately,
I'm stuck.
Let's try one more time, and then we'll go on to something more successful. Where is Judy's book when we needed it?
Right here.
Oh, there it is. You want to go to page 33? Let's see what's on there. How about another one, Bill? An improv.
Abe, you have no idea how tired I am.
Balloon. Toss the balloon. I can start.
Start it, Terry. You start it.
I have this big water balloon. I will throw to someone and call, and you can do it. Oh, it's just so heavy. I don't think it's water there. It might be mercury or something. Brandon Ford.
I've caught the balloon. Fortunately, the balloon was actually filled with helium. So merely pass it over to Joan Wesley.
Wow! That balloon was filled with helium. And fortunately for me, it changed my voice, and I know I will be a famous singer one day. And now I toss it over to Lucy.
I'm speechless. I've just been spectating. I mean, and I'll toss it over to Stephen.
I'll catch it. Throw it at me.
Okay, is that Abe? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I need that balloon. I need that balloon. Throw it fast, throw it.
You got it.
I got it. And it's mine. It's my precious. I'm not going to throw it to anybody. Nobody. It's mine. I am going to keep it forever. But on the other hand, I think Daria Cave might like it. Daria, can you hear me?
I sure can. Unfortunately, the balloon was filled with helium, but I didn't know the helium felt like rocks. Over to you, Abe Katz. No. David Whitner.
Thank you very much. So I took the balloon and it felt like it was full of rocks, but it was in fact full of helium. So I took a burst of helium and people said, I didn't realize it was full of helium. I knew you were a member of Toastmasters, so I thought you were full of hot air. And then I passed the balloon off to Stephanie Parker.
And I caught the balloon, and fortunately, I have to go to the dentist, so I can take it with me. Okay, and now I'm going to pass the balloon to Marianne.
Oh my gosh, it's got helium, it's got stones, it's got everything possible. I'm not going to the dentist. I just got to get rid of it somehow. So I'm sending it over to Dory Czar.
Hi, everyone. I caught the balloon, and it's not filled with rocks, and it's not filled with helium. It's a hot day in the middle of the summer, and I'm in my bikini. It's filled with water, so I'm going to take a fingernail and pop it and let it fall all over me. And then I'm going to pass the flattened out balloon over to, let's see, who hasn't had a turn, to Kimberly Chung. She's still here? Kimberly. All right, I'm going to pass it to Margaret Flory. Heavy breathing there. How about Beth Underwood? What do you think, Beth?
Let's see, I would blow up the balloon again and watch it float away up into the air. Oops, I guess I couldn't pass it. I would float it up into the air so it would land in Australia and someone in Australia could retrieve it.
Hooray! I got it! Oh my God, that's exactly what I wanted. I'm trying to build a rock garden. These are just the right colors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take the rocks that I need and throw the balloon across to Benita Joy.
And one more and we'll be all done.
No, I'm still here. The balloon. Oh my God. Wow. It's my birthday. And I see these big letters, happy birthday, on this balloon. What a present. How did it know? How did you know? And I'm going to throw this balloon to Carolyn Kroll. You're muted.
Unmute yourself.
Yay, I caught the balloon. And and what happens on people's birthdays is that they, as well as getting a balloon and greetings, they also get a present. And I opened up the balloon, and guess what? There was a large pen inside. Best birthday present ever. And I hand it back to Abe, Kat.
Well, I'm back here. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. This has been a real great evening. It's 8:30. We're about to adjourn. If Terry, if you have anything to add, please do. If anyone has any specific questions, go ahead and put it in the chat and let me know now. Terry, would you like to go ahead and adjourn the meeting?
Thank you all for coming, taking the time out of the day out from all over the world to come and join us, learn more about humor from Judy Carter. We appreciate very much coming from our little club in Northern Virginia. We have a few seconds. We can play a quick improv game where you can announce your club, your location, and one after the other, and quickly within a minute. You're welcome to do so.
Say that again.
Just announce your club one after the other with no interruptions. A quick game before we adjourn. I'll start. Humor Farm, Northern Virginia.
The Comedy Club, Sunshine Coast, Australia.
Dynamic Speakers, Subiaco, Western Australia.
Boise Bible College Club, Boise, Idaho.
Denton Toastmasters, Denton, Texas.
B2 Toastmasters, West Virginia.
California.
Marathon Toastmasters, Massachusetts.
Speaking of glory, Azusa, California.
Wyong Toastmasters, New South Wales, Australia.
Online presenters, undistricted, with members from all over the world.
DTM Masters, Virginia, but we're a hybrid club, so we do have members from all over the world anyway.
You two can speak, Sterling, Virginia.
Fort Worth Toastmasters PMI in Arlington, Texas.
Yay, Arlington.
Spring Ahead Speakers in the Woodlands, Texas.
Woodland. All right, that is a wrap. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.